Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today we're talking about Warped Tour, which is one of my favorite things ever. I love Warped Tour. I've been to maybe 4 Warped Tours, 3 or 4 Warped Tours. So committed, in fact, that I did drive to New Jersey one year when I thought it was all sold out in Boston. It turns out it wasn't, but it turned out to be a great adventure anyways. So I just wanted to quickly tell you guys about Cool Gear. So I am doing this in collaboration with the Cool Down blog, and they are a part of Cool Gear. And Cool Gear makes a ton of really awesome BPA-free bottles, plastic bottles, as you can hear. And a couple years ago, I went and I picked up one of these little cans. So I did that because they have a hydration station at every single stop on the Warped Tour, which is massive. If you guys have been to Warped Tour, you know that within an hour you are desperate for water and it's expensive. At the hydration station, you show up with whatever container you have. It doesn't have to be by Cool Gear, it can literally be anything, and they will fill you up with nice cold water, which when you're running around in the heat, trying to get to different bands in different areas, it is insane. You're quickly losing your water, and you're sweating and it's hot and there are tons of people around. So this was an absolute lifesaver. I picked this guy up. It has all the dates on the back. This was from 2014. So I really was glad to have the hydration station. So if you guys are going to Warped Tour, make sure to bring a bottle or to buy a bottle there. I don't remember how much this was, but it was priceless. It was like I would have paid any amount of money for it. So make sure you're staying hydrated. So at the event, you don't have to wear any makeup at all, but I do ask that you slather on all the SPF your face can handle. I do use some in this look. I use an SPF lotion as well as a BB cream that has some SPF in it as well, because you want to protect your skin, make sure you're hydrating yourself, and that you're having fun. Warped Tour is the coolest thing ever. You get to see tons of your favorite bands with tons of music enthusiasts. It's a really cool place to be. So if you guys want to see how I get this makeup look and this hair, because I want to put all the hair up and out of the way, then please just keep on watching. So before getting started with the makeup, I'm first going to do my hair. And one thing for Warped Tour is that I always ended up putting my hair up because it's so hot and you're running around and you just don't want to think about having hair, to be honest with you. So I figured I would do something a little bit cuter than just a ponytail or a bun. So what I'm going to do is part my hair. It doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of generally down the middle. And then what I'm going to do with this really cute look, I'm gonna leave it like this, just kidding. So what I'm gonna do is on this side, I'm gonna create just a regular braid, and on this side, I'm going to create a fishtail braid. And I'm going to make the braids a little bit tighter because eventually we will be pulling them, and when they're tighter to begin with, I think it just creates a nicer looking braid after it's all kind of stretched out. So to create a regular braid, I'm sure you all know you are just taking, you're making 3 sections, you're taking each side and crossing it over the middle strand, and you just do that all the way down. For the fishtail braid, all you have to do is take the remaining section of hair, separate it into 2 sides, into 2 pieces rather. You're going to take a small piece from each section and cross it over into the other section. So it sounds more complicated than it is. So I'm literally gonna take a piece of hair from this side, cross it over, and make it a part of this piece of hair. So then for the next side, I'm just gonna take a piece from the back, and you can make it as small as or large as you want, cross it over to the other side. I like to leave a little bit of room at the bottom of both my braids because when you pull the hair up, you need a little bit of hair that's not in the braid. So now that we have these 2 mildly insane looking braids, what I'm gonna do is take my texturizing powder. This isn't necessary, but this is one of my favorite steps. I still have the tag on, sorry. This is Big Sexy Hair Powder Play. So what I'm gonna do is just tap some of this product into the braid. And once I put it in, I kind of like to slap it like that. It just gives it a little bit of grip, and it helps the braid to kind of stay in place after we pull it. So after that, I'm simply just pulling up on pieces of the braid. You may be a little afraid to do this at first. I'm just trying to get rid of the powder. But it honestly, it looks so much better. It makes your braid look thicker because as you guys can see, I don't have a ton of hair and it doesn't look like I have a ton of hair. So doing this step really helps to kind of fatten up that braid and just make it look thicker and nicer. Okay, so once you have the braids kind of pulled out enough, what you're going to need are bobby pins. So now we're going to take the braids and wrap them over the top of our heads. So what I like to do is I'll actually take out the elastic because it's really chunky in there. So what I'll do is I'll just take the elastic out, hang on to the bottom of that braid, and then just take it up and wrap it over. So once we're at this point, there will be some hairs potentially sticking up. That's fine, we'll take care of that. But I just wanna make sure that I'm securing this braid in place. So I like to do a bobby pin this way, and I like to put them so that the little, this part is down, so the grippy part is towards the head. It's okay if your pins are showing at this point because your other braid should cover some of that. So even though this is sticking up, I think my other braid may cover it. So then we'll take this other braid, lay it over and back. So then you just kind of go crazy with your bobby pins and pin down any crazy pieces of hair that are sticking up. It's okay if it's a little messy, but I just don't want like these crazy little pieces sticking up. So once it's all in place, you can tug at it and gently kind of pick other pieces up and make it just look a little bit more lived in. This little section up front is gonna drive me a little crazy, so I'm just going to pin that as well. So it's not gonna look perfect, and it's definitely supposed to look a little bit lived in, but at least all your hair is up, it's out of your face, and it looks cute. So now that we have this all sorted, it's time to jump over to the makeup. First thing you wanna do, of course, is make sure you are covered with SPF. It is going to be a long day in the sun, and you wanna make sure your skin is protected. So apply your favorite SPF. It can be whichever one you want. I'm using the one by Cerave. So like I said, it's gonna be a long day. You want whatever makeup you're putting on your face to last. So I'm going to start with my NYX spray. This is a primer spray. And then to kind of keep up with the idea of SPF, I have here a couple different BB creams I picked up from the drugstore. One is the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh. The other is the Rimmel BB Cream in Matte. So I'm just gonna quickly figure out which one currently suits my skin tone the best, and then that will be the one that I use. So unfortunately, these are both pretty pink, but I think the Rimmel one actually works best. So this is a matte BB cream, this is light medium, and this has SPF 15. So I'm just gonna take it on my hands and just rub it into the skin. You may opt to skip makeup completely, which I know I definitely did at least one of the years that I went. I just couldn't really be bothered, but I like to just have a little something on my skin and just feel a little bit more confident. And this is a lighter makeup. This isn't anything heavy. You're not like, you know, doing prom makeup or anything. It's just a light amount of coverage to make you feel a little bit more confident, and it has those added benefits of SPF, and it is a matte product, so hopefully it will keep any oils at bay. I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. My lips look insane right now. Speaking of lips, I'm gonna pop on a little bit of this Sun Bum SPF 30 Pink Grapefruit Lip Balm. If you wanted to skip lip products altogether, you could just throw this in your handbag and use it. It smells really good, just like pink grapefruits, and it feels good. It's a really light formula on the skin. My lips generally can burn, so I do like to use this throughout the summertime just to keep my lips nice and protected. All right, so that BB cream is down, but I still have dark circles, so I am gonna use just a little bit of concealer. Today I'm gonna use the bareMinerals bareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, but otherwise I think that BB cream actually has pretty good coverage. And it is a tad light for me currently, so we will be bronzing the skin. So I wanna make sure my BB cream doesn't move throughout the day, my concealer stays put, so I'm gonna use just a little bit of powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. This is particularly good if you have oily skin or you're going to sweat. So a little bit of powder can definitely help to make you look less shiny and just keep everything from moving around too much. We're keeping it as minimal as possible today, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy to my brows except add a little bit of tinted brow gel. This is by L'Oreal. So this is just gonna add a little bit of color to the brow and Make sure they don't move. I also got a little BB cream in them, so this will help bring their color back to life. So this BB cream completely flattened out my skin, makes me look pretty dead. So I'm gonna use Butter Bronzer by bareMinerals. It smells like a pineapple coconut dream, like it smells like a pina colada in a bronzer. So I'm just going to take that and dust it on my cheeks. Now I'm gonna do this because I can't help myself, but it's not necessary. I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. I'm gonna take a little bit of that over my cheekbones. You definitely don't have to do this. I just can't go a day without it, and I think it looks really nice. Now from here you can add mascara and run out the door, but what I'm going to do is just add a tiny bit of a liner to my top lash line. You definitely don't have to do this step, but I just really want to. So what I'm gonna do first is start with this Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is in the shade Caramel Cool, and I'm gonna use this just to create a little wing on my top lash line, and then I'm gonna go over it with some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take this little slanted brush from Sonia Kashuk and swirl it around in that color tattoo. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty. So just slightly winging out. You can certainly stop here, but I'm gonna kick it up a notch and use this ColourPop eyeshadow. This was part of the Kathleen Lights Where the Light Is collection, and this is in the shade Kathleen Lights. This is creating the coolest metallic eye. How cool does that look? I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can really see it. That is so cool looking. The one thing I will say is you can kind of see a little creasing on my eye because I didn't set my eye. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the powder that I'm using for a mirror. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. I'm gonna take the lightest dusting of that just over my eyelid, just to kind of neutralize that and take away those little creases from my BB cream. Next for mascara, I'm going to use CoverGirl's The Supersizer Fibers. If you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I had a real solid love affair with the original Supersizer mascara. And this is the one that's, I guess, supposed to be a little bit thicker, create a little bit thicker eyelash, and be a little bit more volumizing. I only used it once yesterday, but so far I really like it. So I'm just going to add 2 coats of mascara to my top lashes, and I'm probably just gonna skip the bottom because if I'm sweating, it's just gonna transfer and that's ugly and I don't wanna do that. So just gonna do 2 coats on my top lashes. So the very last step for me is going to be a lip. So if you want to skip the lips, totally fine, but I think this is appropriate. So I'm gonna use a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick. Jeffree is actually going to be on some Warped Tour dates selling some of his cosmetics. I was lucky enough this last go around to pick up Rose Madder. I don't know if you guys know, but it's near impossible to get these guys when they go on sale. So the second they went, I picked up this color and I've been wearing it like crazy. First, I'm just going to apply the MAC Prep and Prime for your lips. I'm also just gonna take my finger and rub in any leftover lip balm. I wanna keep that SPF in my lips, you know? Then I'm just going to apply this. This is going to help the liquid lip last longer and then just kind of smooth out the lip. Apply that and then just give it a minute and let it get a little tacky, nothing too crazy, but I just need to feel like when I put my lipstick on, it's not gonna slide off, it's gonna stick. So just give that a minute. All right, this Prep and Prime lip feels pretty good, so I'm going to apply this liquid lipstick in Rose Madder, so can't talk while I do it. The last thing we are going to do to make sure everything kind of stays in place is use a setting spray. I'm gonna use today the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. I really, really like this setting spray, and it's the cheapest in the drugstore. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude this hair and makeup look with the Cool Down blog chatting about Warped Tour. It's simple, it's quick, it's easy, and it's going to last you the entire day. So remember to have fun, to stay hydrated, to protect yourself with SPF, and make sure you get there early enough so that you can make a map of where you need to be and when so you catch all your favorite bands. I'll leave links down below to the Cool Down blog. Thank you guys again so much for having me. I'll also post my blog so you guys can check it out if you want. Hit subscribe so you never miss my videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.